Yeah, I didn't like that whole thing. She kind of insulted me yesterday. She says that it was implying that if you don't have a college education, you're not even worthy of confronting her on anything. You know, we invited her in to discuss her side of this evolution of rock thing. She's really into it. We think it blows.
She did a very good job for herself.
Yeah, it was a heated discussion is what it was.
And she defended herself quite well.
Yeah, but then she turns around and, you know, she's trying to say that if you don't have the degrees that I guess she has, I don't know, you're not worthy.
Right, you're a stupid moron.
Yeah, you're a moron.
So,
well, sorry. I guess, well, everybody out there that didn't go to college, you're all a bunch of buffoons, according to Carol.
And Carol couldn't just leave it alone. She had to run around the hallways telling everyone she won whatever, I don't know. It was a discussion, and she won the battle, and she's running up to the FedEx guys and whoever will listen to her that she won this big, huge battle between the old and the new or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
So,
the battle's been fought at this station before, and it's over.
She couldn't leave well enough alone, so we've invited Ed Trunk in here to our show. And
Thank you. Under such great circumstances, I appreciate this, guys.
We're putting Eddie in a very bad position here, but I just want to ask Eddie a couple questions, because she called us uneducated and stupid morons. And she also abused me because I didn't get her mic on fast enough yesterday. Remember that?
Yeah, she said that, wow, you're really good. You're a technical whiz with your equipment.
Thank you.
Opie, you're obviously not hitting the button fast enough.
So when you do listen to Carol Miller before we're on the radio, you'll hear, thank Eddie Trunk. And Eddie's in the studio. Eddie, what do you do for the Carol Miller Show?
I guess you would call it run the board.
You run the board.
No, it's more than that.
Well,
Eddie plays all the music.
Right.
Eddie sings all the songs.
Right.
Eddie plays all the commercials.
Right.
Eddie actually points to Carol when it's time for her to talk.
Do you get the music, too, out of the catalog? Do you?
Yeah, and the spots.
And the spots. And you put them in the CD player.
Yeah.
And you play them.
And I cue them up.
You cue them up, making sure.
Sometimes you have to even cue in a couple seconds to make sure it's...
And you also answer her phones.
Most of the time.
Yes, of course.
So what Carol does...
I'm damn proud of that, by the way, after 14 years on the air and radio, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's quite a career move.
Well, Eddie, you do a good job. Because the board, it sounds very tight, and the segs are very good. And if that's what you're looking for... that's fine, because you do it very well. But I don't want anybody under the illusion that Carol is doing this.
Yes. Plus the fact that a monkey can do our jobs. I know that. I'm not that cocky, trust me. But Carol pretty much sits there across from the board and waits for Eddie to point to her. And then she talks for 20, 30 seconds, and she points back to Eddie to push the commercials. And that's what she... as a legend in this town, does for a living.
I think we all agree that we all pretty much got into radio because we didn't want real jobs.
Right.
You know, so, that's
true.
That's a big part of why we do this.
But now that she's calling us stupid morons and uneducated and stuff, I thought, maybe we should pass that along to the listeners, what she actually does. So, and she's on the radio for 3 hours. She talks twice an hour for maybe a total of a minute an hour. So she... sits there to talk for 3 minutes, and that's it. That's her job. That is it. That is it.
What's funny about how long have you guys been here now?
5 months.
5 months.
6 months. I don't know.
5 months ago, these guys were out to dinner with Carol.
Yes.
And now look how far we've come.
Well, we definitely have a problem with a lot of the stuff that's going on around here. And, I was playing it pretty cool until she called us the Beavis and Butthead of radio.
Beavis and Butthead. We're trying to make the commute home a little easier for people. They're stuck in traffic. We just want to do our show. Carol was berating what we do. So we asked her in plain English, what do you do? I guess she didn't come clean, so we had Eddie come in here and tell everybody what she does.
Eddie does everything. Carol Miller talks for 3 minutes a day. That's it. Simple as that.
The old-time jocks, they wax poetic about the good old days. We went in, we played what we wanted, we didn't listen to a program director, we blah, blah, blah. After the suits came in, they sat down, they shut up, and they played their songs with no balls. No more balls.
These guys have had 15 years to speak their minds. And they didn't do it.
It's always done behind people's backs and whatnot. We get on the air, We don't like this, sitting through this Evolution of Rock special that's going on here at NEW. Regardless of what the people, if you like some of the songs or not, it doesn't matter. We don't like doing this. We weren't hired to play old songs.
I'm embarrassed when I have to sit here and act like a regular DJ and sing songs.
So when someone like Carol Miller, who's been in the business for years, starts berating us, it pisses us off because the image that people have of her is, well, she's been in the business years. She must be this great disc jockey to have done this for so many years. No, there's nothing going on there.
No.
She plays songs. You do that at home.
No, she doesn't even do that. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah.
She doesn't pick the song. She doesn't play the song. She doesn't play the commercials. She doesn't even answer her phones. Eddie points to her and she talks a minute an hour. That's it.
And just so I don't sound completely pathetic, I do that because I get to do 2 shows of my own on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to Eddie.
So that's my reward. That's the carrot at the end of the stick for me.
Listen to Eddie. And, you know, we did put Eddie in a very bad position, and we appreciate you coming in here.
I'm just, you know, the funny thing about it is I didn't even hear any of this. I was on the train on the way home. I got a couple messages when I got home, you know, and then I heard a lot about it today, as you can imagine, but I didn't actually hear it happen. So.
All right. So there you go. That's what Carol does, as she calls us uneducated, stupid morons.
Some people might be happy sitting and singing songs like we've been doing for the past week here. We're not.
We're miserable.
We like being creative. Whether we hit or fall on our asses, we like doing things that might strike a nerve, might make people laugh, might make people hate us. Who cares? But we're doing something. We're not being pointed at so we could go, that was great. You know, that's not what we're here to do. And we've been put in a position this past week where that's what we have to do.
We're DJs again. We like to earn our paycheck, just like you guys out there working 2-3 jobs at a time. So.
Coming up, 1980.